Today's Monday. Haven't made a video in a few days, I think. But I thought now would be a good time due to the fact that. Get a little closer. What the fuck? I thought today would be a good day to do a video. Because I have noticeably realized that all of the symptoms that I was having when I first thought something was wrong are coming back. Yesterday my eyes did their whole we're gonna fuck with your vision thing, and it didn't get as bad as it has been before, but it was bad enough. Basically, my field of vision was like this, so I couldn't see anything out here. I can see my fingertips now, but doing this last night I couldn't see them. So, and I'm not looking at them, looking straight ahead. I can see them now, but last night they were like, I could barely see them here. I didn't really notice them until they came into about there. But I can notice them all the way out. Yeah, I doubled if not tripled. So, but that was the first step. It was hard to focus on just about anything. Like there was a box of Cheerios on the top of the fridge, and I went in there and I went to read the front of it, and I couldn't focus my eyes on anything more than one letter. So if I had to read something, I had to read letter by letter by letter by letter, and when there's a gap, I would put the letters together and go, oh, that means this. You know, I'm smart enough to know memory. I've learned what words are, and I can just glance at them and know what it was. The longer the word, the longer I'll have to glance at it. But like, if I don't know, the word fact came across the screen, and I went like that, I'd be like fact. I wouldn't have to. Okay, fact. Last night I would have had to go fact. And it's just not cool. It's really bizarre. But making my eyes focus on things. Like I was on the game that I like to play, Riv, and I was doing a what's called a conquest. It's 3 groups of 20 people battling. And the whole time everyone's talking in chat. Well, I couldn't focus on what they were saying, so I wasn't doing it right. I tried to apologize, but by the time I got it out into my own chat, they had kicked me from the group. So, I decided to give it a rest for a day or two. I'll log in bare minimum to do my dailies and log out. But if anything was moving too quick, like if I went like that, I couldn't see my hand at all. So like in retrospect, if someone was to come in here into the room and throw a baseball at me, it would hit me. I wouldn't dodge it. I wouldn't be able to see it, so I wouldn't be able to dodge it. And people have done shit like that to me before, thinking it was a joke. Oh, why didn't you dodge it? I couldn't see it. How could you not see it? It's a fucking baseball. And the worst, I hate having to try to explain, and they're like, "Oh, you're fucked up." No, it's not funny. It's not. But that was just the first of the symptoms. I started getting really dizzy. I thought, well, if my vision's doing this, I have to figure out something to do to, make it go away, make it better. So I decided to get up and walk out to the kitchen and get some coffee. Caffeine sometimes has helped that, and coffee is high in caffeine. So I got a cup of coffee. While I was out there, I also, something in the back of my head said salt. Eat something salty. I had eaten dinner like an hour, maybe two at most before, but I don't think it had a high sodium content. So there was a bag of potato chips, just regular like Lay's or whatever. So I grabbed a handful, and then I grabbed another handful, and then I went and I drank my cup of coffee, and I went back for a second cup. There was nothing left in the coffee pot. So, well, my mom and sis both love tea, and they tend to buy tea that is high in caffeine. So I made a cup of tea and grabbed another handful of chips. And so that I came back here and I got on Skype with Destiny and drank the tea. And I started to notice that it got a little better. As it went on, it got a little better and a little better and a little better. But at first, I couldn't focus on her face. Like, I had to look at her nose. I had to look at her nose in order to be able to focus on the rest of her face. If I tried to look in her eyes, I would barely make out the side of her face. One side or the other. But as I went out there to get the coffee and the tea, I noticed that I was like, whoa. Started getting really dizzy. And at one point, I bumped into a chair that I didn't even notice was there and stubbed my toe. I'm okay. Hurt like a bitch, but I'm okay. Um, but dizziness was another side effect, vertigo. And I hope it never gets as bad as it was before, because just walking and then all of a sudden my legs go out and I face plant the floor. That wasn't fun. I don't want to do that again. So I'm hoping that, this is just, a fluke, so to speak. But because of the vision thing, I started getting a really bad headache. And then it was like my sinuses were all fucked up because my ears started ringing, my nose got all stuffed up, and I started having pains in like my arms and pains in my chest and whatnot. And the last part that I noticed was as I was just sitting back, Skyping, my left hand started, or didn't start, it just all of a sudden went numb, like pins and needles, but worse, like just plain dead, like nothing there, and that isn't cool. Sometimes it happens when I'm wearing a shirt with like a really tight sleeve and it'll cut off circulation, and I've noticed that. So I started, you know, cut offs, and I wasn't I wasn't wearing anything that would do that. I was wearing this with a big enough sleeve, so I don't fucking know. But those were all symptoms that I had before I got diagnosed and after I got diagnosed and was told, yeah, these are symptoms of someone with MS. So I got my shots though. I take one tonight and then 2 nights on Wednesday and then another 2 nights on Friday, and I'm gonna continuously take them. I really don't want it to get worse, and I really don't want it I want it to be better than it's been. So I'm hoping that things clear up a little bit. But I had to make a video. Um, it's the sole purpose of what I'm doing these videos for is to record that. So, big time. I've been spreading this video out. The reason why I haven't like posted it on Facebook or something is because of the whole divorce thing with my mom and my dad. My dad's new lady friend is a bit of a stalker bitch. So, from what I hear, I don't know. So I don't want to post it somewhere where any and everyone can see it. I know YouTube is kind of one of those things, but that's why I don't advertise for it. Other than things that I can control. But I don't know. He showed up last night. My dad. He looks completely different. But he showed up to drop off my sister's registration for her car because she needs to get a new one and she needs the registration in order to take it to the dealer. He showed up. He looks so different. Plastic surgery does not suit him. That might have been part of what I got the headache from. I don't know. And that's the worst part about this condition is I really don't know much. There's a lot I don't know. But it's getting close to 15 minutes, so I have to shut this one down. Sorry I haven't made one in a while. I will be making more. But what can you do, you know? All I have to say is for anyone out there watching these, thank you. Thank you a lot. It means a lot. I'll make more. But until then, take it easy, stay safe, enjoy life, and laugh. Deuces.